Wait, you can't do anything about the video option? That's interesting.
In the beginning, there were the gods. The gods shaped the earth, the sky, and the seas.
What is this?
They populated them with creatures and smiled, for everything was green and good. But men corrupted creation with their imperfect souls. Ambition and war ravaged the lands, and the gods felt disgusted. So they created the Devourer of Worlds, a creature of immeasurable power. Nothing the men possessed could stop it. Unchallenged, the monster advanced, turning everything into a barren wasteland. But there were those who resisted, the demons. They survived at the expense of the beings' sins, and if the world were to end, they would perish. The demons created the dragons, and the dragons faced the Devourer of Worlds in a series of battles that shook creation. Ultimately, the dragons emerged victorious. Cities would be rebuilt, and mortals, against the will of the gods, would live, albeit under the grip of a tyrant.
What's up with that subtitle? I'm confused. The Son of the Mountain. Here begins the tale of Ruff Ghanor. On a frosty morning, monks Nicholas and Denius were ascending the mountain in search of a stray goat from their monastery. As they approached a cave, a roar echoed, followed by an impact and then an earth tremor. No sensible goat would enter the forbidden tunnel, said Nicholas. Then we're done with them lost goats, Denius replied, feigning calm. The sounds intensified but did not seem monstrous. The roars were wild but appeared to come from a child. This was enough to temper the monks' fear. Amid tremors in the cave, the monks encountered three beasts. Large reptiles were threatening a boy, a thin and naked body coated with oil and blood. The boy clenched his small fist and struck the ground with an enraged growl. The loud bang filled the cave as the ground opened up and swallowed the monsters. Startled, Denius asked, "How did you end up here? What is your name, boy?" After a moment of silence, the answer came as a growl. Ruff. What? I sent them to fetch a goat, and they brought me a boy, said Prior, the austere leader of the monastery of San Arnaldo. His greatest mission was to shield his devotees from the tyranny of Zamir, the last red dragon, who ruled these lands at the cost of people's lives and suffering. For a long time, the most effective means of survival was to pay tribute to his heralds and remain unnoticed. But suddenly, the mountain offered them a wild boy, with no memory and an unexplained earthquake power in his fists. If this boy could be trained, disciplined, and shaped like a cleric of the Order of San Arnaldo, perhaps the days of silence under the dragon's rule would end. Our journey starts here. Face off against enemies with your deck to advance the story and garner rewards. Initiate the combat encounter. I want to read what it says in the box, goddamn. At the start of each turn, you gain 3 action points and draw 5 cards to your hands. The action cost is displayed at the top of each card. There are various types of cards. Deal physical damage to the enemy, Hammer Bash. Lose defense of Ruff and his allies and can alter the enemy's status. Restore life, deal magic damage, and generate faith. This is your health bar. If it drops to 0, your journey will end and you will have to restart the game. This is the health bar of your enemy. Deal damage to the enemy by carrying out attacks in order to win the combat. Use an attack card. Deal more damage, play another attack card. Intention icons are displayed with the enemy's health bar, signaling their next move. That means you'll take 6 damage on the next turn. Shield yourself with the control card that blocks damage. You have spent all the action points and your turn to proceed. Status effects represents various conditions that can be applied during combat. Status icons show up above the character's health bar. Check Ruff's detail. Okay. You have enough attack to defeat the enemy this turn. Play an attack card. This is your progress bar. Complete encounters to move forward and eventually face off against stronger enemies. Narrative encounters. Delve deeper into the story of Ruff Ghanor, uncovering his connection with other characters. Initiate the narrative encounter. The game's just gonna do it for you. What now? The peace of the village ended with Sergeant Durbach, a hobgoblin from the army of the dragon Zemir, arrived drunk, making everyone's life a hell, extorting and mistreating the villagers. The prior of the monastery, cautious about Ruff's training, didn't allow anyone to do anything about it. He's part of Zemir's army. If anything happens to him, the consequences can be disastrous, he said. Ruff and his best friends from the village, Corin and Axia, watched from afar the chaos and injustices caused by the hobgoblin for days. And on a certain night, the expected chaos didn't happen. Zemir's henchmen didn't show up to drink for free and assault the villagers at the taverns as usual. Ruff, it's over. The hobgoblin is dead. We are free. How? What happened? Yesterday, he invaded my cabin looking for money, as if I had any. I cut his throat with a dagger when he got distracted. Reprimand Axia. Axia, have you gone crazy? This will have serious consequences. I know. Axia, he was a hobgoblin sergeant sent to the village to oversee us. The prior made it very clear that no one should mess with him. He attacked my little brother, Corin. I'm used to villagers' mockery and insults, but no one lays a finger on my brother. Ruff, what are we going to do if the prior finds out? Right, the best thing to do is fake a fight. I'll take the body to the square and beat him as we had fought. I'll face the consequences. Ruff, you won't get in trouble with the prior alone. I'll help you. We're gonna fight a corpse. That's funny. Allies are playable characters who will assist Ruff in his battles. An ally's turn begins after Ruff's turn. If your ally's life run out, they will be incapacitated, leaving Ruff to face the remainder of the battle alone. Okay, can I play now? Thank you. Each ally has their own deck and action points. Coordinate attacks with your ally to unleash powerful synergies. Now let's hope Prior buys into this. With a bit of luck, Zemir won't miss this one and will leave us alone. Take risk with your deck and win amazing rewards if luck is on your side, or accumulate curses if it's not. Initiate the exploration encounter. It's just initiated and then the game just do it for you. The murder weapon. Alright, now we need to get rid of this. says Ruff, holding the blood-stained dagger in his hands. Beside him, an anxious Corin checked their surroundings. The dark forest didn't allow seeing very far. Axis seemed at least trouble with the trio. During exploration, you must decide how Ruff will face various situations. Each choice leads to a test. Cards are drawn at random from your deck and must meet certain requirements. The outcome of the test can be a success or failure. You can check all the cards in your deck at any given time. Okay. Now make your choice. I think we could do probably all of these. No, we don't have a prayer card. We only have one prayer card. Oh, at most, yeah. Have at least, wow, 2 control cards. Okay. Yeah, I think whichever ones you choose here for this first one is probably going to be a success. He decides to dig a hole and stash the dagger inside. They dig as fast and deeply as they can. Suddenly, the shovel strikes something solid, a metal box. They pull the box from the sand and open it. Inside, an object shimmers with a magical glow. Without much thought, Ruff stashes it in the bag. They toss the dagger into the hole and cover it again, scattering dry leaves over the earth to hide the spot. Suddenly, a noise in the forest interrupts the silence. The boys barely have time to react before one of the village guards appears. "What are you doing here?" he asks. We can't lie, because we don't have 3 gray cards. It's gonna be a failure. Oh shit. Ruff tells what happened, how they vanquished the hobgoblin, why it was for the greater good. For San Arnaldo's sake, tell no one, especially not the prior, he pleads. "Have you lost your mind?" the guard exclaims in disbelief. "The death of one of Zamir's sergeant won't go unpunished. May the saint watch over us." New relic. Saint's amulet. Initiate narrative encounter. Well, you guys, the game's just gonna do it for me anyway. Ruff faces a tough decision of disclosing Sergeant Durbach's death to the prior. The hard truth. The prior, monastery and village leader, absorbed in reading, notices Ruff entering the main hall and gives him a stern look. "Speak up, goat boy. When you come in with that face, I know you've been up to mischief." The prior's gaze seems sharper than Axios' dagger. I killed Durbach, the hobgoblin that was tormenting the village." The prior pauses his reading for a moment. "Why did you do that?" Justify. "It had to stop. He was mistreating people, destroying everything in his path. Fortunately, no one else lost their life." "You're lying." Stand firm. "No, it was me." The prior dips his fingers in vicious oil and marks him on the forehead and lips. "Brother Ruff Ghanor, you are now tasked with serving San Arnaldo. You accept this mission, from which you shall never be relieved." Stunned, Ruff suddenly senses the presence of the saint enveloping him. "I accept. Then I initiate you as a cleric of the Holy Order of San Arnaldo." "Why?" "You took the sins of others upon yourself. Right or wrong, it was the gesture of a cleric." "I understand. What happens now?" "You will face the consequences of your choices. Zamir will test us. Durbach was just the beginning. Our enemies will multiply in these lands. It is now your duty to protect the monastery. New miracle. Earthquake. Hobgoblin appears in the village searching for Durbach. You gotta let the player just do all these, you know, by ourselves. Where is Durbach? I know he was here. No hobgoblin has come this way. You lie, kid. We know he's been in this village. You can smell his ass. I spotted hobgoblin footprint in the surroundings. Something odd is happening here. But worry not, I will make you talk. First miracle can be invoked during battle. Miracles have a faith cost ordered in order to be cast. This is your faith bar. Ruff gathers faith through prayer cards. Faith point accumulated in combat do not carry over between encounters. Notice you already have 1 point in your faith bar. This is due to the relic you have received earlier. Relic harbor mighty passive abilities. You check the details whenever necessary. Use a prayer card to generate more faith. Why? I don't need to heal right now. Play a card of your choosing or end your turn. Now you have faith point at your disposal. You can use miracles. Cast a miracle. How do I cast a miracle? Oh. Left trigger it says, but nothing's happening. Okay. Oh. Human bearing the courage to face the hobgoblin. Now I understand what happened to their back. Farewell, brat. Just wait until Zamir hears of this. Gather strength. Arcanum is rare and mighty metal of enhancing your deck. You have enough Arcanum to edit your deck. Okay. You can edit your deck with Arcanum. There are 3 types of modification available. Enhance existing card effects and add new effects. Adds extra copy of your deck. Permanently remove a card from your deck. This area shows cost of the deck editing. It fluctuates depending on the type of modification and varies from card to card. The cost also goes up every time you make a modification. Oh. That's not cool. Am I free to play the game now? Ruff studies, trains, and lends a hand to those in need. As a newly ordained cleric, Ruff strove to prove himself worthy of the title bestowed upon him, even under such adverse circumstances. Durbach was his dead, instilling a mix of relief and dread in everyone's hearts. The prior said, maybe nothing will come to pass, or maybe the worst will. The answer was not long in coming. Dark clouds gathered on the horizon, and gradually scouts from Zamir and all sorts of creatures loyal to the Red Dragon began to prowl the monastery's lands. Ruff and Corin were still teenagers when they learned that their training would be tested sooner than expected. As their weapon masters Sibrian and the prior himself summoned, all fit to fight to patrol the surroundings. A welcome assistance. Sibrian's aid. Listen to your teacher, Ruff. What's happening here is terrible, but it's also fantastic. We train our entire lives. The chances to apply what we've learned are rare. It's your time to pick a special skill. Religious training? Why would anybody get religious training? You gotta get yourself far, far away from religion. Unusual training, replace your initial relic. Strategic duplicate card minus O. Is there a card that maybe we can duplicate? Maybe? Let's go strategic. Wise choice. Yeah, no religious training here. Yes. It was upgraded to 35 of 40. Tavern talk, narrative encounter. Corin tries to cheer up his friend, but things don't go as planned. This is very linear, isn't it? Seated in the tavern, Ruff and Corin sip mead, discussing their recent training session with Sibrian. Which new move did you like the most? Ascendant Strike. No doubt the Ascendant Strike, while quite violent for a cleric, what's left now is to pick up a fight to test the new move. Coincidentally, a drunkard stumbles, taunting them. Hey sissies, how about clearing the table? My buddies and I are tired and don't want to drink standing. Test the new move. Time to practice the new move, says Ruff, glancing at Corin with a mischievous half smile. He pushes the drunkard and starts the fight. Who is he attacking though? We don't know. Who's the target of the attack? We don't know. How do we know who to shield? Dodge. Oh, they have the dodge condition. Okay. One dodge at the start of each turn. That's crazy. So we have to attack them together, I guess, because it's only one dodge. What is it going to be doing? Buff. Dang, that's a lot of fucking damage. Jeez. Yeah, we get our plus 5 health back. Choose the card Desperate. Action Surge. Deal 20 damage. Reduce the cost of every action surge by 1. If 15 damage. Your HP is 30 or less. Deal... Oh, I like... I don't know. You can get up to... it's only 30 damage. You know what? Let's take Desperate Attack. Oh, you can select now, finally. Combat in the mountains. Prepare to apply what we've trained, Ruff. Oh shit, I need to heal. Because of the dodge, wow. I thought maybe we would bypass the dodge. I've already done. Oh. Game over if he dies. This isn't how your story ends, Ruff Ghanor. Return and forge a new path. Wait. Combat in the mountains? Do you have to start from the beginning? You get new stuff. What's the hell forge? Oh. Oh, I don't even have enough money. You have to start from the very beginning. This.
In the beginning, there were the gods. The gods shaped the...
This is interesting. Wow. I think everything that we got though. Let me see here. No, because we copied Hammer Strike and we don't have it. But I don't know, because I don't remember having Gather Strength in the beginning. I don't know, maybe you start fresh. Okay, well I want to just test the game. It's interesting. It's like, it's very narrative driven. It's like very linear narratively. I mean, at least so far. But then when you die, you have to start from the beginning. So that's, I guess, how it's different than your typical roguelites and what you call that? Slay the Spire clone. Because you have to go through all of these like heavy narrative stuff. Oh, what you start with actually is it's randomized, so 6 damage on enemies when the control card is played. Okay. The first kiss. Why would anyone disturb a slumbering cleric in the dead of night? Ew. Don't give me no secret kiss in the middle of the night. I'll stop here though. This game is okay. It seems alright. I think they change up the stories though. I mean, because this story doesn't seem like, except for that first part, reporting to the trainer. I think everything else is like more randomized. I'm not sure, but it's an okay game. It's an okay Slay the Spire clone. Too heavy on the narrative, I think, but it seems alright.